Hello, this is Tristan with Victress Games. I'm going to share with you the current state of Decks of Glory. This is the Battles UI. Decks of Glory is a single-player turn-based card game with elements similar to Dungeons and Dragons. So this is a battle that would be in a scenario or a campaign where you are confronted with these enemies here. There's 3 enemies. Everything that's a picture or a text is basically placeholder, so don't put too much weight on that. But these 3 enemies up here are who you need to defeat, and there's different waves for the battle. And the first wave is these 3 enemies, and every enemy or player, I should say, these things down here are your party. You have 4 characters in your party, and each character has a deck of action cards. The action cards, the deck of action cards is 12 cards, and every turn you get 3 cards drawn at random, and you can play one of these 3 for your action for this character. And so you can play something like this is a beneficial spell, so you could cast it on yourself, for instance, and you can see that this person's turn is done. They can't do anything else that turn. They do have the ability to lock cards. So let's say you want to save this execute for when a real bad guy comes up, and you want to make sure it's always here. You have 12 cards in your hand, so you want to save this because you don't know when it'll come back up. You also have each character will have 5 items. Now, items are different than these action cards. So the way items work are they either have an active that can be applied once per battle, and or they can have a passive that's always taking effect. So different people have different play styles. You know, whether you want to be passive all the time or have these strategic uses of these powerful items that can be used once per battle. Like I said, there's 10 waves, so you'll want to time when you use your items, your active items, carefully. There are different effects like buffs and debuffs that can happen to both players and enemies. And what else? Oh, this is like a battle log of things that have happened in this game. We'll just do some of these actions. So let's go to the next wave. So there's more. The second wave will be more enemies. It gets harder. Like there will be a mini boss at the end, and at the end of the campaign, obviously there'll be the main boss. So it's kind of similar to a Dungeons and Dragons campaign might happen. And all right. So what else have we talked about? Okay. So each of these action cards can be target either enemies or allies, and they can target one. Like this. See how there's a single character here. This can be attack only a single enemy. While this one, it says enemies adjacent, so that would be up to 3 enemies based off where you place it. So we can attack those 3. You also have the option for affecting all enemies. So like this one here. So if I use this card, it'll affect everybody on the enemy team. So you can choose when it's more effective to use a single attack on a strategic, powerful enemy, versus if you hit with like a bunch of small characters, you'd want to use something that attacks all of them. Okay, well, I think that's all for this like initial demonstration of the UI. Once everybody's done their turn, the end turn will flash. Everybody's darkened. There's nothing they can do except for pick which cards you want to save for the next turn. And then when you click end turn, you get everybody gets action back, and the card that was locked stays, and the cards that are not locked are randomly drawn from the deck of 12. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think about it, because I came up with this kind of out of the blue. I studied a lot of games, a lot of card games, and I'm sure there's games like this, but this is kind of novel, and I'm not sure if it's good or not. I'm excited to try it out. I think it might be hard to balance, but I think it gives you a lot of options on strategic use of your actions, when to save cards, when to use your actives, how to build your characters so that and mix and match their capabilities and their strengths and weaknesses. So that's all for today, I guess. Well, let me know what you think about this, and if you have any great ideas, send them my way. Thanks for listening. Bye.